Elder Vlog. Turn comments back on YouTube for the children. December 27th of 2020. Sunday. I still need to get to call and get my appointment to get my stitches out. I think they were supposed to take them out 8 days. I got them out on 21st. 6 days ago, so gotta remember to call tomorrow. Hopefully they can fit me in. Maybe my mom can do it, I don't know. Or they'll just have to dig in, I don't know. I waited too long before and they had to dig in and it was complicated, but. So anyways, it's my birthday today, 8:20 p.m. is the birth minute. I'll be 47. Which has a nice ring to it. I like that number. I like 7. I'm kind of high right now. My roommate yesterday, he gave me $40. And he told me to get weed, and I'm like, all right, sure, it's like holidays, so I'll go smoke weed, because I think I'm going to quit smoking weed. I think my lungs have had it. So I give him the weed, and he's like, oh, no, that's for you. That's a Christmas present. I'm like, oh, okay. So I have weed again for a little bit more, which is cool for what I'm doing. So I was building animals on Rocky Mountain National Park, and I got 2 beavers, and there's supposed to be 60 to 100 beavers in Rocky Mountain National Park, and about, I read that it's average 5 a den, so that makes 16 dens. So then they said, oh yeah, something like 15 to 20 den. So okay. But I don't know if it's just more than one location or 2, because they have Beaver Lookout. Is it only in Beaver Lookout, or is it the other place? Because I think they mentioned this other place. I guess Beaver, from 2 places, Beaver Lookout and this other place. Only 10% of it, their potential habitat is occupied by beavers, and so that's all I know, because I wanted to accurately put them there, and then even put the potential habitat and potential beavers, and I think we're under beavered on Rocky Mountain National Park. Once we get beavered up, we'll have all these lakes, and then you can get more of the other wildlife, more mule deer and elk and all that stuff, and so that means you can have more predators and just more cool stuff. Maybe it'll just be able to support the wolves if we bring wolves back. But and a grizzly bear. So I researched it a little bit, and I came across a paper written in 1947, a study about the beavers, and it's only 9 pages long, so I decided I'll just read all of it. So I was on the first page, and he mentions a river, and I go, oh, okay, cool, where's that? And so I typed it on Google Earth, and it found the river, and then I looked and saw, okay, that's where you could have beaver ponds. Right now it's houses, but I saw some lakes there that looked like they were beaver lakes, because now I'm starting to be able to identify lakes that are just lakes, but you can tell that they were beaver lakes. I remember this summer, I rode my bike up, I think it was 4 Mile Canyon, and I look over and I saw these lakes, between, just down from Ward, before you get to the turnoff to Jamestown, and I'm like, oh, beaver, that's beaver ponds, but there are no beavers here. So those were beaver ponds from 100 years ago, before the beavers went extinct in Boulder, Colorado. It's like that movie, that book, Jared Diamond Collapse. Well, we have our own version of it here with the trappers, and we have these remnants of beaver ponds right up the hill. So, I got on Google Earth and looked, and sure enough, I saw 2 beaver ponds. So that's cool. So I'm going to put those as beaver. All we have to do is bring the beavers back to that lake. We can get those beaver ponds back. People rebuilt beaver ponds in Caribou Ranch this summer, I think. So, and then there's 2 beaver ponds just west of Longmont that apparently they put themselves there or something. And than the ones in Rocky Mountain National Park. But so I'm gonna read that whole paper and add every single thing he mentions on the park as part of the beaver habitat and the history of beavers. But before I got done with that, I got, maybe because it's my birthday today, I started looking at my own personal stuff on Google Earth, because I'm working on Rocky Mountain National Park and we had land. It was just 1.1 miles from Rocky Mountain National Park, 38 acres that we went there every single weekend, both winter and summer, for like 5 years, from 1980 to like 1985 or something. And in the wintertime, we went skiing every weekend at Hidden Valley Ski Resort, which was only 21.5 miles away. And we had our own fishing pond that my dad had built there. And there's a 1.1 mile, so it was 1.1 miles to this hike to this waterfall that, at a confluence with Fox Creek where we live and this other river. And then I used to do that hike with my mom all the time. And then we had a trail up to a camping platform, and then the out on the backside was our picnic area where there weren't as many trees. And there was this area where there's all these trees, and there was 3 houses on there. It was really cool. And so I was getting on there and just drawing all that on there, because I had never done that, Like, I'm doing all this Google Earth stuff, but I never did the Google Earth with the personal stuff. So, finally I'm doing Google Earth personal stuff. And I had located the other stuff, but I had never built it up. So, like, my house and that I grew up in Austin, Texas, is really cool. It was like a couple acres of land and in a forest. I saw deer in our backyard with a pool, and out overlooking the downtown, the canyon, and we had a little dirt path that we would ride our bikes down to a dead end, but now it's a house, and our neighbor house now is torn down, and that was interesting. And then our other house in Boulder, we had a river in our backyard, so I hadn't built that up yet. I want to build it all up, because we had a basketball court in the back and and 2 sections of backyard divided by bushes, and we even built up the house some, because it had like a porch on the 2 porches in the back and the porch in the front, a little kitty house on the western side, hot tub on the front, and a little fountain in the front, and a tree in the front, and front yard in 2 sections, and a garden on the eastern side. And then I decided to start working on my brother's house. My brother lives on 3.3 acres of land, and he has a little tiny house on there in a yurt, and with trails and a little shooting gallery. So I built a 1 kilometer trail around it, and then all these trees that they should put there. And that's what I'm doing. I was doing all that last night, and I think I'll do that all day today. So he has to do Jesus songs, Christmas songs. I don't think I'll get around to doing that today, because I'm too busy on the Google Earth stuff, for the personal Google Earth stuff. Yeah, maybe even built up my own house here somewhere I live, like put things where they go. I don't know, but in my mom's place. But that's super interesting though. Yeah, there was a ski resort like 1.1 miles or something, super close from our land, called Fox Creek, and then there was another one only like 2 miles away that was actually proposed, and there was listed 5 years. It was pretty big, like as big as Hidden Valley main run, but then the proposal was going to be like as big as Eldora, but they never built it. I can't remember what it's called, Glen Creek or something. Anyways, let's keep it under 10 minutes. Talk to you tomorrow.